Well, time here with another World of Warcraft video. Today we're going to talk about how to beat Zekvir in his lair. This was a once seemingly impossible task for me. I've got a ton of pulls on this. I actually started out with my Unholy DK at item level like 603, and then I tried Blood at 603, and then I tried like my 620 Ellie Shaman, and I mean, I have hours and hours of trying to beat this guy. Realistically, I don't know how many pools, but it feels like a lot. I know my hour long potions ran out about 4 or 5 times altogether. I switched to Paladin to my Rat Paladin and ended up beating him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with you exactly my setup, what I did, and yeah, how to beat Zekvir to get this mount recolor right here of your Delver's Dirigible, I think it's called. Yep. So this is a pretty cool mount recoloration right here. I don't know how long I'm going to rock it, but I've been driving it around right now just because of how long it took me to do it. So there's a few things that you're going to need before you do this. One, you're going to need access to the tier 2. So anybody can do this one. This one's super easy, the tier 1. You want to do the tier 2 to get the achievement, let me solo him and get the mount. Now, you have to complete a regular delve on 10. So I even had to go back and do that because I haven't done past 8 because the gear doesn't really go up past that. So Zekvir's lair is right over here in Ashkahet in the City of Threads, right there. A few things you're going to want to have. I'll put links for these down in the description below. You're going to want to have deadly boss mods because that's really going to help you know when things are coming out, when interrupts are coming up, when fears are coming up. It's going to announce it. I believe Big Wigs may do it too. I'm not sure, but I use deadly boss mods. And then you're going to want to have a macro for your interrupt. Now, I created a macro specifically for this boss, and I'll leave this down in the description as well. But you do macros, and then you do new, like this, and then you add an icon, name it, and then over here you write down what you want it to be. So, like for me, and this is what you want to do too, /target Zekvir /cast. My interrupt is called rebuke. You'll want to put down whatever your interrupt is. So you're not going to put rebuke unless you're a paladin. You're going to put whatever whatever your name is for the interrupt. So /cast target Zekvir /cast spell name and then /target last target. So this will let you, no matter who you're targeted on, if you hit this button and Zekvir is right there, it's going to switch and interrupt him, which is really, really important because especially in the second phase, the heal goes out real quick. All right, so let me give you a quick rundown of this. There are several abilities, and we'll see them all. The big thing you want to do is just watch out for ground effects. Don't stand in anything, don't stand on anything, don't get hit by anything. Next thing you want to do is make sure that you interrupt his heal. He'll have a heal. It's called two different things depending on what phase he's in. You want to interrupt that without fail. Stop what you're doing, interrupt that. All right, then you want to kill the ad. And you want to burn the ad as quick as you can, so save your cooldowns for the ad. Paladin lined up really nice because you've got these 45-second and 30-second cooldowns. As a matter of fact, the execution sentence is 30 seconds, and the Wake of Ashes is 30 seconds, which is awesome. And then you've got your Divine Toll on a 1-minute cooldown. I honestly just popped this on the boss. And I actually even just dropped execution sentence on the boss, and then just Wake of Ashes on the ad, because the ad was dying faster than execution sentence was ending, and you really want the ending of execution sentence to do the most damage. There's also going to be a slow that he does on you, which is a dot, and it'll kill you 100%. Now, Brann will sometimes dispel it, but if he does not, you're going to want to go ahead and act like he doesn't dispel it anyway, because you don't want to miss this. Now, the way to get rid of this dot is your class is going to have some sort of snare removal. In the case of Paladin, it's Blessing of Freedom, gets rid of immunity to movement impairing effects for 8 seconds. So basically, it's a snare removal, and this is what will get rid of that dot. Like when my Ellie Shaman, I had to switch my talents up, take Thunderous Pulse. DK can actually magic shield it and avoid it. So those are the big things here. Now I did go full enchant, full buff, and drums and potion. So I've still got some time left here, even with the whetstone for the sword, the iron claw whetstone, and then I also got the best flask that I could. So flask, weapon enchant, or weapon oil, I guess. I did do food, and I was just completely buffed out, right? And if you're not sure of the best ones for your class, you can just go to Icy Veins or something like that and look up, best enchants for your class. Okay, so you want to be fully buffed. All right, so let's go in here and I'll show you what my setup was with Brann, and then we'll watch the actual fight. So Brann's 39 right now. He was only like 35 or 33 when I did it the first time. So you want to make him healer, because as healer, he's going to heal you and he's going to drop little potions that you're going to want to pick up to stay alive. I took Combat Curio, which is an arrow that he shoots out and does damage. Now, one thing I will recommend is you could also go Porcelain Arrowhead here, because this is going to give you a chance to critically strike your targets, and you don't have to really worry about lining anything up. The problem with Idol of the Final Will is there's a lot of different sort of mechanics that you need to dodge. So if you're needing to dodge something and Brann has this big arrow, you don't want your brain thinking, oh, I need to line this arrow up to do damage, and then you end up running into something and dying. So that is at least what my brain sort of struggled with, that I can see other people having a problem with. So if he has the arrow up, you don't need to line it up 100% of the time, right? You're going to be fine. This is a fight about dodging mechanics. And then Utility Curio, which just gives you, when you get into combat, some buffs and stuff like that. As far as setup goes, on Paladin, I just went to Icy Veins and did the single target build. Very easy. As long as you know how to reasonably play your class, just run whatever your single target build is, and you're going to be fine. All right, so there's the basics. There's everything that you need to know. Let's go ahead and watch this, and this is pre-recorded. I'll narrate it, and so you can get an idea of sort of how I got this achievement. All right, so we're going in here. This is, I think, several attempts in, so I'm healing myself up just a fool a little bit. Getting my buff. Now remember, I do have my weapon like whetstone on there, and I've got a flask. I'm also going to use drums and potions right at the start here. I'm going to use all my short cooldowns, all my 30-second cooldowns.
Frontal.
Dodge the frontal.
Fear incoming.
Next thing, fear. Run out of the fear.
Interrupt.
So if you have DBM, it's going to shout out to interrupt. And as soon as you hear that interrupt, you're going to want to come over there and interrupt. Right there, he did the slow, but Brann actually dispelled me. There'll be a little small text above you that says dispelled, and you'll actually be able to see up in the right-hand corner where it gets rid of it as well. Now the ad's up. You want to burst down the ad. Just use your cooldowns on the ad.
Frontal. Fear incoming.
Stand out of the front of him. Interrupt. You have to interrupt that heal. If you don't interrupt the heal, on the first phase it's not too bad. On the second phase, it heals him for a whole lot. Same with the fear. You can get out of that fear. A lot of classes have fear removals, warriors, DKs. But you don't want to risk it. But just realize that sometimes certain classes have ways to sort of cheese this. Adds up. And you see the red potions on the ground? I'm going to leave them sit right there because they have full health. Interrupt the heal. So the reason I picked them up there is because you need to pick up all three of them before he... I think there's three. You need to pick them all up before he recasts them. So if there's one left and I have to go across the room for an ad, he won't recast them until those despawn or they're all gone. All right, so right here at
Frontal.
60%, he goes into phase 2. Now, literally, everything is going to kill you. Every single thing he does is going to kill you. One shot. And he does a few more things as well. His abilities are enhanced. This is new, these spines. Basically, don't step on anything in the ground. You'll get the feel for it. They'll run, they'll come up, and then they'll go away. You'll get the feel for when to run, when to stop. Alright, so we need to go over here and kill this ad. Enfeebling Spittle. See, he cast it on me. Alright, now this is really scary. See those balls that shot out? The fear actually shoots out 4 balls now. If you get hit by them, you're pretty much toast.
Interrupt. Frontal. Watch your step.
So we're really just dodging stuff. See how I got hit right there? So what I did was I got hit and I used my, I think my Blessing of Protection right there. My full immunity. I think it's called Blessing of Protection. And so I sort of cheesed it and saved myself. Brann is going to die sometimes. So Brann is actually dead right now. So I know that I'm going to need to be using my personal cooldowns, personal heals. Yep, so these balls are going to shoot out. See those little balls that shoot out? You got to dodge those. So what started happening was as soon as the fear happened, I ran out and started watching the balls and only watching them to dodge. Interrupt that heal right there. Get out of the front. This is a mechanics fight. Spittle comes out. The damage isn't too incredible. You have to be able to burst down the ads, right? But if you can burst down the ads, even if your damage isn't amazing, you just need to survive. Now this is really scary here. I just prayed right here because I had no way to get out of those balls. If one of those balls would have shot me in the corner, I would have been dead. So sometimes it is a little RNG.
Interrupt.
Interrupt him.
Kill ads.
Alright, so see how I just run and watch where the balls are? And then just get out of the way. See, I got hit by one of these. I thought for sure I was done.
Frontal. Interrupt.
Try and get rid of that dot. See right there? If you're not paying attention. Oh, seeing the horror? Oh, man. See? I got lucky again right there. Interrupt him. When he does that heal, and DBM says interrupt, the only thing you need to be doing is going over there to interrupt him. I don't care where you're at in the map.
Fear incoming.
When he does that dot right there, the only thing you need to be doing is watching for when it goes out so that you can get rid of it.
Interrupt. Frontal.
These you're just dodging. You see the arrow? You don't want to like risk getting one shot at just to line that arrow. Web tear, whenever he does his ads, you need to make sure you're focusing on getting the ad. Except for like right there, I had to not go to the ad right away because I had to interrupt it. It is a hectic fight. If you're not like downing this in your first couple tries, don't worry. And if you're hearing people say, "Oh, it's so easy," it's not easy.
Watch your step. Interrupt.
Well, you get the rhythm down. Interrupt. You're just dodging, interrupting, bursting ads, dispelling the fear. I think I was able to pop another potion there.
Watch your step.
Alright, run out, look where the balls are, dodge the ball. And there you go. Now my DPS right there, overall, I think was about 500 or 600. So I honestly couldn't tell you if that's, you know, really good or not. But that's what did it for me. So I hope that, actually it was less than that. It was 492k altogether, because as a melee, obviously you're running around and those kind of things. So you're not always putting 100% damage on. So that's how I did it. Let me know how you did it. A lot of people are more geared and can probably do it easier. I tried it at 603. I did have to beef up a little bit though, so I'm at 607 now. When I completed this, got a 4-piece, which is easy to get now. My gear is a lot of PvP gear because I PvP'd with this guy mostly. One thing that really did help was getting a weapon crafted at a 619, which helped jump my item level, and then just getting everything as high as I could with Valor Stones and that kind of stuff. So 607 was doable. Paladin, I found it was a lot easier because you've got such short, powerful cooldowns. You can burst those ads really quick, which really, really helped. I tried this a ton of times before I finally committed to using drums, using potions, and just getting full-on enchant. So enchant everything, gem what you can, get all the potions, get all the works that like Icy Veins recommends, or Wowhead even, and go in there, kill this dude, get the mount recolor, the mount skin, have a good time doing it. It can be frustrating. Don't let anybody tell you it's easy. It's not supposed to be easy, but you got this. Let me know what you got it on, what character, what class, and yeah, have fun playing the game, and I'll catch you all later.